shaky start. I was really nervous, but like I said, I got a good win, and in the end I really enjoyed it, and something I've only ever dreamed of.
And it's Factory this time does get the ball to Knowles. It's a neat drop off, the ball's into Hardman, and Hardman finds Wildey on his inside. Wildey now the man in support, and he scores the try for the Rovers, the first of this second half.
150,000 people braved the pouring rain to line the streets of Manchester yesterday afternoon as the athletes paraded through the town. Crowd favourites such as Jessica Ennis, who announced her retirement last week, were in attendance to commemorate the incredible events in Rio.
Now, he's Salford born, so you're obviously a heritage player in this Irish team. Just what does that feel like? What does it mean for you to play for Ireland?
Feels great. It's a massive honour. You can't really get much better than going to a World Cup in Australia, especially for Ireland as well. Also look very Irish.
I think everyone's the same really, whether you're born in Ireland or whether your grandparents or parents were. I think everyone has that pride for the country or they wouldn't do it really.
An announcement revealed Salford City FC's plans for their new 5,000 capacity stadium are underway. The long-awaited derby is this Sunday, where Manchester is divided into blues and reds as Manchester United face Manchester City. United legend Dennis Irwin spoke to Zara Conley to give her his predictions on the tough fixture.
Alison, you said you were chasing in the second half. If you'd scored with that opportunity just before half-time, how different would it have been? Two lads who are particularly impressed in positions where there's a lot of competition for places. Zach Ardake at full-back and George Williams in the half-back position. Have they done enough? Just looking at your amateur club, Wigan St Patrick's, you've got Owen Farrell, you've got Joel Tompkins, you might have Josh Charnley coming up. What is it about Wigan St Patrick's making international rugby union players? Aesthetically, the Manchester Storm team, mustachioed men resembling more 1970s football players, modern day football players, a bit more grooming for them. So what would you say the main difference is between an ice hockey player and a Premier League footballer?
I went down to Carrington Training Centre to take a look at how they're preparing.
Even defending on these 3G pitches, you know, you can get stuck really in the plastic a little bit. It does allow for a quicker ball play, and it can open the attack up a bit, but you know, it's their home ground, and they've definitely got more experience there. But it's great being able to get down to Man City, and also at AJ Bell there's a 3G there, so we're trying to put as much time on these pitches as possible.
We just seem to just be mentally a little bit unstable when we go on the pitch.
Playing up there north of the border is something you've done before, of course, with Glasgow Warriors.
There is no love lost between the two teams. We definitely want to come in here, we want to play heavy, we want to play fast, we want to get on top of them.
It started off quite comical and we all had to get our heads in the zone. After that it ended up being quite a nice race.
Mancunians had previously failed when arranging a wheelchair rugby taster session, but Hopewell said things were different this time.
The key to any success is having a good network, and we've got Natalie who's just come on board, who's the gold medalist at the Invictus Games.
Usually Ryan Hall's your opponent, of course, but we already saw some great combinations today. You were linking up with him. How well is that partnership going together? In that debut season then, you won Players Player of the Year, of course, and you won the Supporters Unsung Hero. What does that kind of recognition mean to you?
Their kicking game, you know, that since Gary Gould's taken over at Worcester, they do kick the ball a lot, so we've got to be aware of that and know how to deal with that. We've been working on that for the last 2 weeks, and hopefully then we can earn the right to play in the right areas of the field.
Tackling that man, he's harder than solving a Cantonese crossword. The way he came onto that and the way he showed all that determination to somehow ground the ball. Absolutely astonishing from the Scottish international. Featherstone Rovers team, so just to the right of the post, he sends it between the uprights with ease.
Yeah, we're going to get a lot of attack thrown at us, as you see from the last couple of weeks or through the season. They're real good on attack. You know, they play that flamboyant kind of game, and they've got some strike players. So, you know, we're looking a lot at defensive stuff this week, leading into Friday's game. But yeah, I'm sure we'll get it done.
Easter weekend, obviously, you've got 2 games in quick succession. How does that affect your preparation?
It's unique, really.
Where does that achievement, being a try scorer in the first ever competitive game for Toronto Wolfpack, stack up?
So I've got the green grocery van with the Challenge Cup in the middle.
There's a massive responsibility on those 2 more experienced players to just grab the other 2 lads by the shoulder and be that reassuring influence, keep them composed, because they're under the lights, they're on Sky, they're playing Leeds Rhinos at Headingley. It's a massive occasion, they'll be looking to rise to it.
Rochdale were handed a tie with fellow League One side Doncaster Rovers after their comfortable 4-0 win over Slough last night. Now our attentions turn to Manchester United. They will be in action tonight against CSKA in Moscow in the Champions League. Paul Pogba will be available for the match despite his red card at the weekend.
And finally, in cold conditions like that where there's inevitably a lot of set pieces and you're left standing about a fair bit at a time, do you wish Rugby Union shorts still had pockets?
Yeah, that's not a bad shout.
Griffin made Mika look like Grace Kelly there.
In like a cannonball. Now Baldwinson, he's got Tag on the outside of him but runs it in himself and gets Featherstone within that 10 metres. Wildy ready at the foot of the ruck, he brings it right, he dummies to Tag, instead gets the ball out to Aston. Aston to Hardcastle, he's got Talapapa outside of him, sends him on the inside and Talapapa is over.